Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Sophia Goel and here I'm going to give you some honest advice based on my experiences. Nothing so complex, complicated or bookish, just some stuff from my heart to yours. So friends, today's topic is how to get a job during pandemic. I have seen many of you who are very much worried about jobs and are they supposed to switch during this pandemic or not, whether the companies are right or not, or whether they will be recruiting you or not, or like are they going to just recruit you and not provide you any offer letters or not any joining letters. And also I've seen that freshers are very much worried about these jobs because of the campus placements. I know that there are almost negligible or no campus placements during this time. So friends, I have a very good news for you. Don't be worried about it. The IT market is at its boom right now and there are lots and lots of jobs out there, and you need just this one job, and you are definitely gonna get it if you follow along with me in this video. You just need to follow my advice and I am sure that you will get a job. Okay, so friends, today I'm going to give you 5 tips about how to get a job during this pandemic, whether you are a fresher or an experienced. So let's start. So the first tip is, as you all know, create a profile on Naukri, LinkedIn, Shine, Monster, whatever you like. Just create a profile, maybe on all these platforms, and friends, keep applying the jobs that are posted over there. So what you need to do is you need to apply every day for these jobs. And yes friends, please try to find if there is any recruiter's mail ID on these jobs. Okay, and mail to that recruiter about your skills and what you are doing. Just create a sample template and send it to the recruiters, giving a brief about your profile, and attach your resume on that. For freshers friends, they can do this also, and we have these 2 very important portals, which are MCAT and eLitmus. So what happens here is you need to give an exam. You must be thinking like, what kind of exam? So it is a simple exam, nothing to worry about. It is about your analytical skills, like normal aptitude, and your logical reasoning, and somewhat of English, which you might have also prepared for the campus placement as well. So you need to give their exams. The fees is somewhere around $1,000, more or less a few $100 from this. So you need to give exam on these portals, and then they will have the jobs posted over there. So friends, I passed my BTech in 2014, and what happened during that time is there was no pandemic. We know that. And they used to conduct these off-campus drives where we were called based on our scores, like for which company we are supposed to go, and then we used to go there and give our interviews, and that was the process of many of us getting selected. So now, since this is not the case, but they have very good jobs on these portals, you can just apply through that, and these are very very beneficial for the freshers, and most of the freshers get jobs after applying from these sites. Also friends, eLitmus is a bit more tough than MCAT, so you need to prepare more for eLitmus, but the job opportunities on eLitmus are also better as compared to MCAT. So that's your choice whether you want to go for it or not. Okay, and there is one more thing I have for freshers is you can apply using the sites like Internshala for these internships. This is a good option if you are in your 7th or 8th semester and your college allows you to go for internship rather than attending the classes. And what happens here is there are a few companies that will allow you to do internship with them, and then they have this program where if you are good and they like you, they will provide you a permanent position over there. So you can go for it also. It is also a very good option. Now friends, come the second tip. Keep updating your profile every day, no matter what. You can just go on these portals, these Naukri, LinkedIn, and all the portals that I have mentioned. Just go there and update your profile. It's not necessary to just put something new every day, because you might be thinking what I will put every day on these things. Just go and edit and save it. Don't edit anything, just press the edit button and save it. Now friends, I'll tell you why this is important, what happens over there. What these platforms do is they push the resumes. The updated resumes are on the top. See, just imagine like this, there are lots of resumes over there, and the updated thing is coming on the top. So when a recruiter searches for a particular profile or a particular technology, the profiles that are updated comes on the top, and then there is a higher chances of you getting shortlisted. I mean, like, there are thousands and thousands or maybe lakhs of profiles over there. How the recruiter is going to check all of them? So yes, the ones on the top are have higher chances of getting shortlisted. Okay, so here comes my third tip after this. Friends, you need to create a clear and crisp resume, preferably a single page resume. Yes, friends, this is also a very important step. Just think about it. Maybe the recruiter has checked your profile, maybe the recruiter has seen your profile, or maybe the recruiter has seen the mail you have sent to him or her. Now what happens is they have like hundreds of profiles over there, and they are just checking those profiles one after the other. What if you have a clumsy resume, a big, like a 2-3 page resume? Do you think someone is going to check that? Do you think if you are a recruiter, you are going to check that kind of profiles? My answer would be no, and your answer will also be no. Like, there are these clear and crisp resumes highlighting the profiles, and there is your resume, which is like this big resume, nothing is highlighted, everything is like a 3-4 page script sort of thing, or a short magazine sort of thing. So no one is going to see that. So yes, please create a short and crisp resume just on one page. If you are a fresher, I would highly recommend, please make it on one page. If you are an experienced person, I know if you have been in multiple jobs or you have been in multiple projects, the resume size increases eventually, but try to accommodate in one page only. Friends, if you don't know how to create a good resume or a perfect resume, I will be making a separate video on that soon, so please subscribe the channel for that. Now friends, the fourth tip for you is, what happens, your resume is also shortlisted. See friends, the competition is very, very high. You got an interview call, but you are not selected. Why? Because you are not aware of the latest technologies, or you are not aware of the latest things that are going out there. So the fourth tip will be to upskill yourself. If you are a working professional, you definitely have a technical stack or some particular things that you are working on. So for that, I would advise you to know the latest stuff about that technology. We have migrated from various, like in web development, we have migrated from various versions of HTML and CSS and JavaScript, and we have to be updated about everything. Like initially there was ES 2015, which was JavaScript, and now we have ES 6 and many other versions going ahead. So we have to be upgraded about it. We know the latest features of that technology. Also, there are these supporting technologies that keep coming everywhere, the supporting frameworks or something, you might be aware of it very well, or some supporting tools that are there, which are going to enhance the technology, which are going to make your work easier, and many companies are adapting that kind of things. So you also have to learn those kind of things. That will also upskill your profile. And friends, if you are fresher, then I would highly recommend you to start learning some technology. You might be thinking like, you are a fresher, how you are going to learn it? Friends, there is lots of materials online, a hell lot of good videos on YouTube, Udemy and Coursera and whatnot. There are a lot of sites, and there are these tutorial websites over there. You can just go through them, start learning something, anything, whatever, be it C, C++, Java, JavaScript, React, Angular, whatever you like. Just pick a technology and start learning. You think you have an interest in it, just start learning. And don't just learn it, learn some basics, and start creating some projects, some initial level projects, so that you can have some practical experience of that technology as well. In that way, you will have a higher preferences over many other people who are out there, over many other freshers, because they are just aware of the normal these bookish things or these subjects like computer networks, operating systems and all these subjects. You are also supposed to learn these, but along with that, please focus on a technology, start learning it, start practicing it. And friends, with this, not only just the normal service based companies or the small level companies, you can also apply for these good product based companies, these startups like Swiggy, Zomato, Uber and all these things. That depends on how much you have practiced and how much do you know, but yes, you need to do that. Now friends, comes the fifth tip, and this is a very, very important tip. You might be thinking like whether you might not be giving enough importance to this, but friends, learn from your previous mistakes, learn from your previous interviews. Just make it mandatory that whenever you give an interview, you come back home, you just analyze that interview, what I did wrong, whether it was something technical, whether my speaking skills were not good, or even your both of things are good sometimes, but the reason is you are not able to present yourself very well. Yeah, like everything and your communication is also very good, but you are not able to present it very well in front of the recruiter. So yes, you need to analyze it, you need to understand about it. And also, if you want some other interview tips, I have created another video, you can also check that out. It has very, very good tips regarding the interview, like how to prepare for interviews and how to behave during interviews. So these will also help you out a lot. Okay friends, now I would like to give you some motivation on this subject, like how people get selected and how they get these jobs. So friends, in my college, as I passed in 2014, there were around 600 to 700 BTech students who appeared for campus placement for TCS. Unfortunately, my college just called TCS only, no other company. And you know how many people they selected? Just 28, only 28. Yes. And friends, after the college ended and after like 7-8 months of that, like you can say by February or March 2015, everybody got placed. Everyone, yes, you heard it right, everyone. Those for whom you think they are good for nothing, they are very bad, they have these many bags, or what they will do, they don't do anything, even they got placed. You know why? Because they kept trying continuously and they kept motivating themselves. Friends, there is this another thing, whenever you are rejected, your confidence goes down, you are very demotivated after every interview. But I would say, just recover yourself as fast as you can. Have this burning desire in your heart, like why I was not selected, what was missing, I need to work on this, and I will get selected for sure. And friends, believe me, you will get selected no matter what. My own roommate in college gave 17 interviews and after that she was selected. Don't be scared, like you have to give 17 interviews. It could be more or less than that. You can be selected in 1 or 2 interviews, maybe in your very first interview you could be selected. But just keep yourself motivated and keep giving your best in all the interviews. Doing mistakes is not an issue, just you need to learn from those mistakes. So that will be all for today. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Bye bye.